Hey guys, what's going on? Kevincage back with another daily cryptocurrency video. Like and subscribe if you like what we see, and let's get right into the information today. Be sure to stick around because probably the last 2 minutes of the video are absolutely crucial to understanding the entire ecosystem in one of the mega giants that are a part of RippleNet. All right, so to start things off, Bread Garlic House. Kind of a play on words with Brad Garlinghouse, always love it. And again, recently we have seen quite a few interesting transactions from the XRP wallets like this. All of them are multi-signature wallets activated by BitGo. And again, BitGo delivering trust in digital currency with the industry's most complete offering of security, compliance, and custody. And for those of you that don't know, BitGo provides institutional-grade custody services, link below, of course. And as we go on to see in this thread, the transaction patterns are always similar. Always to another multi-signature wallet with, D tags, destination tags, or to Bitstamp. And a small payment is made to confirm the destination tag, usually just like if you're sending money to your Ledger Nano, you always want to confirm it with a small transaction. If you're sending, say, 1,000 XRP, you might want to try to send, 30 XRP to test it, make sure it's getting to the destination. And then the payments is made in hundreds of millions of XRP. These are not small-time players. These are institutions without a doubt. As we can see, the way the destination wallets are structured tells us that this is far from retail whale movement. It's not just some big individual investor. Someone is moving around serious amounts of XRP for serious users, which also tells us a lot of paperwork has been signed and liquidity is being built in the background. Do you see how these aren't just crazy conclusions being drawn? This is logical. You're following the fundamentals and you're acting beforehand. Again, investing, if you ask me, it is still risky. It's not like gambling like on the slots because you're doing deductive reasoning. But again, I am willing to risk a small portion of my net worth in an asset class like this. And not just because of this, but because of the years of research and partnerships that I've been studying. But this is what we're looking at. You don't see this with other projects unless it's just wash trading. So XRP is being moved. Of course, large amounts of Bitcoin are going to be moved as well today with Bakkt. But there are things on the back end going on. Regulations are here. If you pay attention to who has been joining Ripple, these guys are not just leaving their cush jobs at Goldman Sachs and the US government and Facebook and all of these groups because they want to just try and get rich. And this is just some elaborate scam to dump money that is continuously funded by us retail investors. You are so pessimistic and cynical that you are missing the bigger picture of what is going on here. This is going to solve one of the greatest problems today in at least the world of payments. All right, so right here in the meantime, we've also seen the scale of XRapid transactions increase to hundreds of thousands of XRP at a time. Putting it all together, I would hazard a guess that we are very close to witnessing a mass scale ramp up in terms of utility. What could the timelines be like? Hard to say, but I'm guessing weeks or months, not quarters or years. Perhaps we might see something by Sibos or Swell. So I'm excited to see that. No, I don't even follow Sibos. Oops. And again, Galgatron, always love his input as well. What theoretical motivations are we drawing from this? And again, try not to over-speculate saying we're going to see some massive, massive price movements. But in my opinion, not financial advice, if we do not see XRP grow dramatically by end of year, I will be beyond surprised. I'll give it till end of December. Otherwise, you guys might just see me do a live stream of me crying. Jokes, folks, just jokes. But all right. XRP Bitcoin on Twitter. XRP is in stage 2. After utility kicks in, the previous all-time high will be surpassed by miles. Not financial advice, but we can just kind of see the crypto J-curve in terms of investing. So we got stage 1, of course, who a lot of people witnessed, at least if you hopped on in 2017 or very beginning of 2018 with the altcoin run. And notice that, remember, Bitcoin dominance, it went very, very high. Right now, we're almost at like 71% Bitcoin dominance. There's speculation that people say it could go even higher. And then eventually, boom, after that, all of that market capitalization, that money will go back into the altcoins and there will be an altcoin bull run. I'm not sure if history will be repeated. But again, they always say that, quote, history might not repeat the past exactly, but it often rhymes. Okay, with the ICOs, the initial coin offerings, of course, speculators. Remember, the retail investors, all of us, made this market go up. Institutions did not put their billions of dollars in. Why would they risk it in altcoins and Bitcoin at the time when there was no regulatory certainty? There was no, custodial solutions to secure their assets. There was nothing. If people wanted to, it was just individual big players risking it. All right, the tokens had no utility, I agree. All right, and then stage 2. Which is what we've been in for the past 18, 19 months. Enthusiasm has been fading. People have been doubting their investment. A lot of people have sold and given up. Product launch is pending. The media kind of moves on from calling Bitcoin dead, or they continue to do so, and it, has our enthusiasm fade even more. Speculators have left, except for the real people that actually either put so much in that they're desperate and they're willing to hold it and see what happens, or people that have actually used the bear market to their advantage, dollar cost averaged, and actually learned a thing or two, whether that's in trading or technology. All right? Developers are building, and okay, target J curve buying period, of course. So for the smart investors, you're buying. You're keeping, your psychology strong. You're always developing. You're researching and researching. And honestly, the XRP community, the XRP army, whatever you want to say without it sounding too cliche, is a very real thing. And I am, so beyond thankful from learning from so many of you as well. All right, stage 3, approaching or launch a functional platform. Tokens approaching a point of utility. We are getting there. This would literally be, in my opinion, the worst time to sell XRP, even if, we heard FUD that XRP could go as low as, 10 cents, 15 cents, 23 cents. I don't care. People ask me when the right time to buy is. I just bought again. And again, anything under $1 is a steal. I don't know how much, it costs to at least transfer and what XRP price needs to be to transfer billions, trillions, and even quadrillions of dollars. But in my opinion, it's a lot more than 25 cents. If you want to ask me, and I'm not saying it's happening overnight, but I think that this would at least be a 3-digit XRP. And if you want to, get some facts and reasons behind it, there's so much information out there. Go ahead and check out Esoteric Trading Solutions. This is Susie, a financial advisor from Australia, and she goes over just a few points in a wonderful PowerPoint presentation explaining the demand, the supply, and the future price of XRP. All right, wanted to share that. Right here, I don't even want to say this guy's name, but he has some good tweets, so, you can laugh it off. Magic Poop Cannon. Will XRP be the world reserve digital currency? Conspiracy or not, there are too many pieces falling into place to ignore that possibility. Absolutely. And remember, an intelligent mind, you don't dismiss everything. You have the ability to tickle every idea and actually think about it. And if you look into it, if you're a subscriber of this channel, you understand there's more than meets the eye. And at minimum, the potential alone is worth my investment, and basically links this YouTube video. If you haven't seen it, Crypto School. It is New World Cryptocurrency Incoming, powered by Ripple XRP. It is a very well put together video of all kinds of, big high level individuals speaking on CNBC, different, Mark Carney from Bank of England, the governor, even Christine Lagarde of the IMF, huge players discussing the need. And it literally is naming XRP without naming XRP. And the fun fact is, a lot of them are RippleNet enabled. Right here, XRP Crypto Wolf, I'm sure you already saw this again, just talking about IMF Chief Christine Lagarde, and just talking about encouraging open cryptocurrency regulation, saying that the central bank's financial supervisors and regulators should protect consumers while being open to innovation like cryptocurrency. She's focused on making sure that institutions would promptly adapt to rapidly changing environment. And if you have not heard Christine Lagarde, she literally says, and I think the Working Money channel covered this, adoption for cryptocurrency and regulation is inevitable, unavoidable. It is certain to happen 100%. Remember that we've been saying this. We've been saying this since 2017, 2016, and people still doubt it. You have to follow the money. This is going to be life-changing. Cryptopolis _X. Great, really smart guy, always on Brad Kimes' channel. Highly recommend you give him a follow on Twitter. Just talking about MasterCard joining Marco Polo, we already know that. R3 is making moves on the back end in terms of the world of trade finance. Some people are talking about, letters of credit and different things being transacted via R3, and we're saying, oh, well, how do we know XRP is being moved, or is it even being used yet? Blah, 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 blah. You have to look deeper than that. Remember, just like Ripple's plan, get everybody as a client on Xcurrent, and then eventually we're migrating it. But you have to build the corridors and build that liquidity. It does not happen overnight. And for those of you that have invested in XRP thinking it's going to hit 589 overnight, I'm sorry. It could happen, but you need to tone down those expectations. In terms of price, potential, absolutely. But it's not going to happen overnight. This is investing. This could take a few years. If you've already been invested for a few years, good for you. You're strong. Forget about it and come back later. And if you needed to sell, do it. There's so many other projects. But for me, nothing has the highest level of upside and certainty. And I think XRP, out of all these digital assets, I could only think of maybe 2 or 3 that will be here without a doubt in the next 10 years. And XRP is one of them. No doubt. Right here, King Solomon at XRP_owl. He actually is on coil.com as well. So it's, coil.com and his username is XRP_owl. Check this guy out. Does some great research. We're going to go over some future information as well. And this is what I want to talk about. So ACI worldwide, and they are RippleNet enabled on the Swift GPI. So right here, dated back to 2018 of October last year, Ripple XRP, good news reaching us is that ACI worldwide, a universal payments company that powers e-payments for over 5,100 organizations around the world, has hinted that it's supporting Ripple's real-time payment system, RTP. On its platform, ACI Worldwide touted that it has over 1,000 of the largest financial institutions and intermediaries, coupled with thousands of global merchants relying on its platform to execute around 14 trillion US dollars daily securities and payments transactions. That's huge. And right here, while informing users on its platform, ACI says it supports around 9% of global Swift traffic and approximately 30% in the United States, adding that it offers its outstanding services to banks and wants to leverage the Swift's Global Payments Initiative, GPI. And that's exactly what we're talking about. We're talking ACI Worldwide. They were founded in 1975. They deliver real-time, anytime electronic payment solutions for banks, these merchants, billers, intermediaries, and their whole kind of business pitch is, any payments, every possibility, and this UP, is universal payments. So they want to make fast, simple, secure payments, possible all around the world, connecting more ways to pay with more payment capabilities than any other provider. And that is exactly what they're doing. All right. We're talking total assets, at least, is just under $2 billion. It's about $1.86 billion. That was of 2017. Talking about Swift GPI, we already know that Swift is working with R3. Swift and R3, remember, Swift is the current leader in the market with 11,000 plus partners. R3 and Swift have over 60% of the same board members. This is insane. The connections are here. Swift is going to be stubborn. They're not going to want to work with Ripple per se, but they're going to be working with R3 utilizing Corda. Corda's already announced it's using XRP as the first settlement mechanism. If you don't see it yet, I do not know what to tell you. All right, these universal payments, they want to focus on performance, security, scalability to succeed in today, and they are innovating better than anybody. This is huge. This is, a great find, and King Solomon just talks about this right here. Banks will have a choice. ACI stands to provide, multiple choices, of course. But what are, consumers and clients going to do? They're going to pick the best one in terms of speed, efficiency, cost, you name it. And again, they're talking in this video. It's a really good video on Vimeo. GPI, the dominant way of making payments cross-border, but it's just one way to make a payment. All right, GPI, still a fancy messaging platform, kind of like Xcurrent. There's credits and debits on both layers, but really it's not solving the actual Nostro and Vostro account issue with trillions of dollars sitting idle, sitting dormant with these funds that could be actually making them money. But in reality, these Nostro and Vostro holdings of $27 trillion per year in the global economy are sitting there. They're losing money to inflation. They're losing money to costs. There's so much going on. And when we upgrade, I wholeheartedly believe that if there's going to be a digital reserve currency, it will be XRP. And if not, XRP still will be there to solve the problem for trillions of dollars, whether that is in the micropayments ecosystem, web monetization, whether it's global remittance, and just, cross-border transactions. Whether it really does help in R3 with the world of trade finance. Speculation alone, this is not just me drawing crazy conclusions. I'm actually connecting the dots between partners. There's so many smart people, in the, XRP community, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, these bloggers, we are all coming together. And the true, adults in this cryptocurrency, this nascent market of digital assets are seeing this. And if you don't see it yet, shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'll send you some good videos to start off or, to read and get a comprehensive understanding. But what I'm telling you is the further you go down this rabbit hole, you're going to see what's really going on. The world is run by money. The rich are getting richer. And this is an opportunity to create a level playing field. There are not going to be banks that create all these CBDCs, these central bank digital currencies. There's not going to be organizations that create their own digital currency. They still need an agnostic, trustless platform to actually migrate value between each other. And we already know, proof of consensus is superior with XRP compared to Bitcoin, with proof of work compared to proof of stake. All these issues, Ethereum cannot scale. XRP very, very suspicious to me. It's almost like we've been held down for a long time, selling and selling to, these clientele and the clients, OTC, just like we're seeing on that first tweet. There's just a lot going on, guys. So much is going on. Mark Carney, we have Christine Lagarde, we have Ron Hammond that just joined, we have, Monica Long, we have Michelle Bond, all these high players in Ripple, Chris Larson killing it, talking about, the implications of creating, true globalization with the Internet of Value. The vision is huge. I've never invested more. I've played in Forex, penny stocks. Nothing is like this. With that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.